walked into my office Monday morning and there was someone sitting at my desk, using my computer, drinking from my coffee mug. Excuse me, that's my desk. He looked up and smiled. Sorry, do I know you? I'm Danielle. I work here. My coworker Priya walked by and froze. Danielle? What are you doing here? You quit 2 weeks ago. I was in Vermont visiting my parents. I didn't quit anything. My manager Rebecca rushed over. She showed me an email from my work address. I'm pursuing other opportunities. Please don't contact me. I didn't write that. HR checked the records. My final paycheck had been direct deposited to an account that wasn't mine. Someone had changed my information, sent a fake resignation, and collected my money. Detective Morrison traced the bank account to an apartment downtown. Police were ready to raid it that evening, but I had a better idea. Let me handle this, I told Morrison. I know exactly who did this. I'd been thinking about it all day. Who knew my schedule? Who had access to the building? Who could clone my voice? 3 years ago, I'd beaten out another candidate for this job. I never met her, but HR mentioned her name once. Stephanie Vance. I searched LinkedIn. Stephanie worked at a company across the street, close enough to watch me every day. I called her directly. Hi, Stephanie. This is Danielle from Patterson Marketing. I heard you applied here a few years ago. Long pause. How did you get this number? HR gave it to me. Listen, I'm actually leaving the company, pursuing other opportunities. I let that sink in. They're looking for my replacement, and I remembered your application was really strong. Would you be interested in interviewing? Another pause. Longer this time. You're recommending me? Absolutely. Can you come in tomorrow morning? I'd love to introduce you to the team before I go. She agreed immediately. Of course she did. This was everything she wanted. The next morning, I waited in the conference room with Detective Morrison and 2 officers. The door was closed, blinds drawn. Stephanie walked in at 9 sharp, professional outfit, confident smile, ready to finally take my job. She saw me and froze. Hi, Stephanie, I said. Thanks for coming in. Her eyes darted to the officers, to Morrison, back to me. What is this? This is your interview. I slid a folder across the table. Let me show you what we found. I opened the folder. Photos of her entering my building at 11 p.m. using my badge. Screenshots of the fake resignation email she sent from my computer. Bank records showing my paychecks deposited into her account. You stole my jacket from my chair, I said. You cloned my voice using recordings from company podcasts. You planned this for 3 years. Stephanie's face went pale. I don't know what you're talking about. We found your apartment, Morrison said. Voice cloning software, badge duplicators, a folder full of her personal information. Stephanie tried to stand. An officer blocked the door. You collected 2 paychecks totaling $9,000, I continued. You were planning to drain my 401k next. This is entrapment, she stammered. You can't do this. I didn't do anything, I said. I just recommended you for a job interview. You're the one who showed up. They cuffed her right there in the conference room. Through the glass walls, the entire office watched. My coworkers, my manager, Daniel, the man who'd been hired to replace me. Stephanie thrashed against the officers. You stole my job. 3 years ago, you stole what was supposed to be mine. I didn't steal anything, I said calmly. I interviewed better. They dragged her toward the door. Wait, I called out. Stephanie turned, mascara already running. I walked over and took my coffee mug from the conference room table, the one she'd been drinking from when she showed up. You wanted my job so badly, I said. You copied my voice. You wore my jacket. You used my badge. I held up the mug. But you never got to keep this. They pushed her through the door. The whole office was silent, watching. Rebecca walked over, face pale. Danielle, I am so sorry. We had no idea. It's fine, I said. Just make sure Daniel knows he can keep the desk by the window. I like my old spot better anyway. I sat down at my desk. My real desk. My computer. My chair. Daniel walked over hesitantly. So, you're staying? I smiled and took a sip from my mug. I never left.